Hi everyone, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in quite some time, but I promised that I would show you all how to make one of these links. It's a elongated hexagonal link. This one has 3 colors. You can use it, you can do it in 3 colors or not. I find that the 3 colors actually makes it a little bit easier. So it's a double-sided link. It's basically 10 rows of beading, and I'm going to make one for you right now. First of all, I've got 3 different colors. I'm using delica beads. You could also use size 11 seed beads. I've got size 11 Japanese delica beads. I've also got KO beading thread. I don't recommend using a monofilament with this because you've got the corners, and for shaped beadwork it's a little bit better to use a thread that has a little bit of stretch. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to string on 60 beads, and I've already done this in pattern, so 2, 2, 2, and you're going to do that 10 times to have for a total of 60. I've got a number 10 beading needle, and the 60 beads will be rows 1 and 2. Here's a little secret you can do. When I'm starting a project like this, I go up through the beads, and here you can pretty much go sort of part of a needle's length like this. And if you do that, you won't need to weave in the end later. So I just pull it down so I have a little bit of thread, the tail, and later I'll just cut that off. Okay. So I've got a ring of beads like this, and I'm coming out after one color. So we're going to be peyoteing and increasing, and the first row that we do, which will be actually row 3, will set up the shape of the hexagon, the elongated hexagon. So I've got a sort of an aqua color, a blue, and a copper. So sort of light, medium, and dark. Just going to put this tail over to the side. So what I've got here is 5 beads for each end here, 5, 5, 5, 5. I've got 1 bead for each corner, that's 6. And I've got 17 beads on each side. That's a total of 60. So we're going to start peyoteing around one of the sides. Whatever color you come out of, I'm coming out of the light. It's going to be a diagonal pattern, so that's the first color we're going to use. So it's going to go peyote 1 light, and then the thread is coming out of here. That's the color I'm going to choose next. I'm going to say dark here. See, it's already making a little diagonal stripe. Now I've got the blue, which it's calling the medium. And we're going to continue this for 8 for the first side. That's one of the long sides, and then we'll increase. So again, I'm going to be doing light, dark, medium, again, whatever color is coming out is the color I'm going to put in next. It's making a little diagonal stripe. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do a couple more. 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're going to increase for the corner. So I've got the medium blue here. I'm going to pick up 2 and I'm going to put those 2 over the next bead. So you're going to skip a bead and that's going to increase. So you've got 2 beads over 1 and it makes a little curve like that. Now I'm working on the 5 here, so we'll peyote 2 plain ones, light, and dark. And the fun thing about this is that when you're using 3 colors, you're going to be using the same color to increase each one. So again, we're back to the blue. We're going to do another increase. Increase 1. Again, peyote 2. Light and dark. One more increase and we'll be around the corner. Pick up 2 blue ones. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. We're going to peyote 8. I think maybe I should come back at the end of this just to save a little bit of time. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did 8 peyote stitches along the long side. Now we're going to do the same increases on the other end. And again, they'll be in the medium color again. So pick up 2, put them over 1 bead, regular peyote stitch 2, 1, and 2. Just want to make sure that's sitting right. Okay, again, another increase. 2 beads over 1. It's forcing it into this shape. 2 plain peyote stitches, 1 and 2. One last stitch, we're going to increase, pick up 2, go over 1 and step up. So you're going to go through 2 beads to step up to the next row. So that's three rows right there, and that's the most important for creating our shape. You can go and clip off this end. That's gone. Okay, we need to continue on with 3 more rows for a total of 6 rows. So we're going to continue. You can see now we're making a little stripe here, so we're going to continue on in pattern. I'll show you what to do when we get up to the corner. Light, dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light, dark. Okay, we're back to the end again. So in this case, you're going to put 1 bead between the 2 that you put in the last row. So it's going to be the same color. Put 1 in the corner, and then again another of the same color, the blue. So this little increase is going to get a little wider. It's going to look like that. Again, peyote 2 up to the next increase. 1, 2. Okay, the next one again in the corner. 1, same color, here like this. Peyote 2, 1 and 2. Last one here on this end. 1 and blue. So see how that looks on the end. Now you're just going to continue peyoting around and do the same thing at the other end with the other increases. And I will meet you back for the next row to show you what to do in the next row. Okay, I'm back for the end of the 4th row. I've got one more bead to put in, and I'm going to step up into the last two beads. You can see this is a little bit kind of wonky, but that's okay. It's going to flatten out as we keep going. Now for the next row, you're basically, for row 5, you're going to be just peyoting around using whatever color is in the row that will continue that little diagonal stripe. We'll just keep going. Dark, medium, light, and when you get to the corner and all the blue on the whatever color you increased on the corner, there's just going to be 2 rows now. We created an extra row. So just do 2 of the same colors. So we've got 2 rows of blue here instead of 1 on the corner. See that? We created an extra row basically. So just keep going around and I'll meet you at the end of this row to talk about row 6. And then we'll go and do the other side of this. Okay, I will meet you back for the end of this row. Okay, I just finished row 5 and I'm going to be doing row 6 next. This is how it's looking. It's looking really good. So again, we're going to peyote stitch up the side until we get to the corner. And then we're going to do one more increase at the corner, and that will be a different color. That will be light. Let's see. Oops, I made a mistake, didn't I? It happens. So blue, medium, light. And then we're going to see that we have kind of a big space here in the corner. So it's time to do an increase. So see how nice that looks? That will just come up and that'll be sort of the end of that row. And again, whatever increase color you used before, there'll be 2 rows of that. And the light. Again, increase, put 2 beads in that space. Medium, medium, and light color. Again, where you did the increase before. And then you continue on to the end of the row like this. Keep peyoting around, and I will meet you at the end of this row to go down into the center and complete the second side of this 3D link. Okay, I have reached the end of row 6 on the outside. I'm going to put in my last bead here, and I'm not going to step up. I'm going to lay in the last bead there. See how nice that looks? And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through 4 beads to get down to the center. Now, I'm going to peyote so we've got 4 more rows to go on the inside. We had 6 on the outside, 4 on the inside. We're going to peyote around kind of in the reverse order. It's going to be, so like here, we're going to do the dark one. It's going to make a sort of a V. It's just the easiest way to think about it. It's going to go diagonally in the other direction. So whatever color, it's making a little V. So whatever color you're going over, that's what you'll put in there. And when you reach the corner, do the same. This is going to be 1 per space on this row. Just go around the entire inside, filling in all those spaces. I see my thread is shredding a little bit, and that happens sometimes. I'll probably be I'm going to put in a new thread when I come back to you after this. I'll complete it with a new thread. Sometimes this kind of thread just shreds when you're pulling on it so much. So I'm just going around this inside edge. Peyote stitching 1 per space. Keep going around. I'll show you what that looks like at the end. I'm going to add a new thread here too. And I will see you. See, my thread is shredding there. So I will see you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm back at the end of the first inside row, which I guess is row 7. About to step up to go to the next row. So you can see that there's little beads sticking up. It's looking a little awkward, but we're just going to continue in our sort of reverse diagonal. So the next, you can see which color you're going to be doing next to make a sort of a V shape. Now, we're going to be increasing on the corners just like we did on the first side. This is the mirror of the first side. So it's going to be the medium color, the blue. Here I am. Okay, so I'm at the corner. This is where I increased with blue before. You can see that on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pick up 2 and go into the next bead. So you have 2 at the corner. You can also sort of start making this curve up on this second row. Again, there's going to be 2, just like the row on the other side. A peyote 2. We're going to have another increase. Pick up 2, go into the next bead. So we're just mirroring the front side. You can see it's laying a little better now. I'm going to kind of push it up. Again, peyote 2. 1. 2. 1 more increase. And doing the 3 colors, actually, it kind of helps you, keep track of what colors to put at the corners, because it's always the same one when you use this ratio of beads. Okay, and we're going to keep going along this side. And the other end, we're going to do the same. Okay, I'll keep going around, and I'll come back at the end of this row to show you the last, next to last row. Okay, I'm at the end of row 8. I'm going to step up my last bead. I'm stepping up. Only 2 more rows to go. This is end of row 8, and we're starting row 9. Row 9 again. See, it's starting to curl, and I'm encouraging it to curl outwards. This row is going to be the echo of row, I guess, 5 on the other side. So we're going to be putting 1 bead in between each of those increases that we did. Keep peyote stitching until you reach the increase. Here it is, the 2 at the corner. Again, we're going to use the same color bead in between them. And for the next stitch, that will mirror the other side. Peyote light and dark. Oops, just pick up 1. 1 in the corner, 1 in the next space, same color. Peyote 2 more, again, this end, and then continue around. We have 1 more row to go. See, that's starting to look really nice. 1 more row to go, and then we'll zip it up. And I'll show you what that looks like and show you the last row. Okay, check this out. It's looking really good. We only have 1 more row to go, but it's looking fantastic. And again, this row is going to be the same as, let's see, I guess the other one, this is row 5. I get mixed up. Anyway, this is row 10 completely. On the complete piece, this is the last row. We're peyoting around. Again, and this row, we're just going to be putting 1 per space. And when you get to the increase, there's just going to be 2, there's going to be blue ones in the next 2 spaces. Your increase color, 1 and 2, just go around. The hard part is all done. I'm going to go around with this, and then we're going to zip it. That's always the fun part. So just keep going around. And we will zip it up together. See how nice that's looking, and it's ready to be zipped. Okay, the beading part is done, and it's time to zip the 2 sides together. If you open it up, you'll see that there's 10 rows. Make it kind of a V shape. It looks really good. So we won't be adding any more beads, but we will be zipping the 2 sides together. So you're going to line them up, line up the beads, go from one side to the other, and sew them together. Pull it tight so they make a nice seam here, fitting inside each other. When you get to the corner and there's 2 beads from that increase on row 6, just treat them as 1 unit. Keep going, pulling it a little tight there so the beads sit right. See how it's coming together, and it's all 1 unit. This makes such a nice 3-dimensional piece. Again, go through those 2 at the corner. Okay, I'll come back at the end to show you how it looks and talk to you about making, if you want to make a larger link. Okay, our link is all ready. It's 3D, it's stable, it still has a little bit of give. If you would like to make a longer link, you can add beads in increments of 12. So instead of 17 on a side, it will have 23. You need an odd number of beads on the long end and an odd number of beads here in the middle. But 72, so you would start with 72 beads, which is also divisible by 6, which is what you start with if you're going to do this 3 colors. Otherwise, you can change it in any increments if you're doing it in a single color. I also want to say, please do not copy the necklace that I'm using this link for. I'd really appreciate it. Do something else. I'd love to see what you do. If you make earrings, this could be a drop earring or some other kind of link bracelet. Do that, but please do not copy my original design necklace. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you.